Hi and welcome back. In this video we're going to be looking at exactly why we're using MongoDB. And the main reason really is because it's really easy to use, it's really easy to get started with MongoDB. Once you've downloaded and installed it, the only thing you have to do if you are in Linux or Mac is run the MongoD command in your terminal. If you're in Windows, run mongod.exe from the installation folder. Once you do that, you've essentially started a MongoDB server ready to accept connections and ready to start putting data into a database. Do notice that the default directory where MongoDB is going to store data is here, this db path value. So your data is going to go into /data/db. If you want to change it, you can do that, and we may go over how to do that later on. So once you've got this server running, simply go to another terminal and type Mongo, and then this starts a connection to the MongoDB, the MongoD that you've started here. And you can see here that you've got one connection now open, and the connection has been accepted from 127.0.0.1. 127.0.0.1 is always your local machine. So you will be seeing the same number, although possibly a different number at the end, that doesn't matter. You'll be seeing the same number in your computer. Okay, so what sort of things can you do with MongoDB? And the answer is, you can do what you would expect with any database, really. You can create collections, you can create databases, and you can insert data, remove data, find data, things like that. MongoDB works with databases as being the biggest structure, and each database contains one or more collections, in fact 0 or more collections. And then each of those collections contains 0 or more documents. And it's really that simple. So the first thing we'd want to do is to see what databases we've got in this MongoD server. And we do that with the command show DBs. And then here we've got a few of them that I have created already, and some of them that have been created by MongoDB. Local and admin are created by MongoDB, and I've created the rest. If you want to use a database, simply do use and then the database name, so test or TeamCity or whatever else. If you type here some database that doesn't exist, MongoDB will still use it, and when you insert data, it will create it for you. So you don't have to specify that you want to create a new database or anything like that. And then once you're inside a database, you can show collections, and this will show you what collections are in the database. In this case, none. We can insert data into a specific collection by doing db, which points to the current database, full stack, dot, then the collection that we want to insert data into. Think of this as a table in normal databases, normal relational databases. So for example, students.insert. And this is going to go to the full stack databases and then insert some data into the students collection. And the data we want to insert goes inside the brackets of the insert method. And MongoDB works with this JSON data type that we've covered previously. So inside MongoDB, we can put JSON documents. So for example, name Jose Mark equals 99. And then it will tell you that it has inserted one row. In order to find data, simply go to db.students, the same collection as before, .find. If we give it an empty dictionary here, then it will find everything in the database, and this is the one I've just added in. Notice that this ID field is created automatically and that you don't have to worry about it. However, in the future, we might get around to changing it, so it's not created automatically, or indeed, so it is created automatically with different values. Something that I really like about MongoDB that can also be a problem is that we can insert data that is not in the same does not follow the same structure as other data already in the collection. For example, say something like that. So we could insert this object into the database. Item is chair, price 999, age 25, and MongoDB wouldn't care. The two elements are different. They contain different number of fields. The fields are different. The data is different. But MongoDB doesn't care. To MongoDB, all that matters is that we're inserting JSON documents, and that's fine. And then indeed, when we go to find, both of the items will be returned. Another thing we can do is remove elements. So db.students.remove, and then we can remove one of the elements. So I'm going to remove the chair element. And now what we put here is enough data to recognize one element. So indeed, item is chair is only one of the elements. If I remove everything, then that would delete all of the elements in the database. If I say price 999, that will also remove the chair because it's the only element that has that property. And there we have the number removed is 1. And then if we go to find again, we see that there's only one element now. If we go back to show DBs, we can see that the full stack database is now being created and it exists. And if we go to show collections, we can see that the students collection that we've been using also exists in this database. And a system.indexes collection has been created as well. And we'll go over what indexes are later on in the course. For now, this was simply a quick introduction to MongoDB and why we're using it. And we're going to drill down into more detail and more powerful operations as we go along the course. So I'll see you in the next video.